What's going on, everybody? This your man, Chris Thorns. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you're watching my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no video clip here. There's no news clip here, at least not for what I researched. So just going to read you this story straight from the article. Take a look at this woman that you see right here. Her name is Nina Singleton. Nino Singleton has done the unthinkable, just like the lady who I've been talking about, Cynthia Baker. Both of them has the same thing in common. Both of them beat on a child. Nina Singleton beat her child, slammed her child into the floor. And for what I read, the baby is on life support and is not expected to make it. You hear me? Not expected to make it. Now, Cynthia Baker beat, drug, everything she could to Rika Roundtree. Rika Roundtree didn't make it. So here we got a person right here, Nina Singleton, who was actually a mother to this daughter and hurt her own daughter. But I want to read to you what was her problem as to why she did this. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I don't have any news clips. I don't really like doing these without news clips. But however, though, I see this story is kind of circling around, and y'all know it came across my desk. So let me read to you what's going on. I'll tell you the title itself. The title itself said, "Mom beat life out of infant daughter because she reminded her of her ex-boyfriend." This is what the prosecutor said. So let's get right into it. And I also go to say that prosecutors also accused Nina Singleton of slamming the 2-month-old onto a floor, said the girl is unlikely to survive. Sad. So here we go. And I'm reading this from my Crime Online. So this is their content. And if you like, I will post a link in the description box and let y'all take a listen to it yourself. So here we go. It says a 2-month-old girl in Illinois remains on life support after her mother allegedly punched her in the face and slammed her into the kitchen floor. An infant. You did this to an infant. Citing prosecutors, the Chicago Sun-Times reported that the infant is unlikely to survive after sustaining more than 10 facial fractures. In addition to fractures to her shoulder and leg and brain bleeding. The girl's mother, who you see right here, Nina Singleton, she's 31 years old, is charged with aggravated battery, but prosecutors said they are ready to upgrade the charge to murder. The infant's father reportedly broke up with Singleton in October, but continued to regularly see his daughter. Prosecutors said the father was present for his daughter's vaccinations on November the 18th. Singleton allegedly stopped her ex-boyfriend from seeing a child after the November 18th doctor's visit, insisting she was sleeping or with her friend at a birthday party. Here we go with this birthday party shit again. Remember Cupcake, all this supposed to have started with a birthday party or whatnot. Or allegedly that was part of the stuff that was going on. She was at a birthday party. She was left unattended for 3 minutes. All this chaos didn't happen. It also goes to say that the Sun-Times reported that the baby's father came to Singleton's apartment on Tuesday and demanded to see his daughter. It was reportedly then when he found the infant motionlessness in her bassinet. Prosecutors say he called an ambulance despite Singleton's objections. According to the Chicago Tribune, if I say that right, sorry, I know I fuck up words. I got this gap in my mouth, so yeah, I fuck up words. Assistant Cook County State's Attorney Christina Drakopoulos says Singleton admitted to punching her daughter in the face on multiple instances, including when she was a week or two old. Listen to this, guys. She was a week and 2 old. She allegedly told the police that she abused the infant because she reminded her of her ex-boyfriend. Y'all hear this shit? How many times have I done videos and told y'all when these women do this shit to these children, it's because they have a vendetta against the father. They have a vendetta against them. That's why a lot of times they do this shit. So since they can't get to the person who they procreated with, they go to the person or thing that they love the most and destroy that. And that's what this woman did. Destroy what this man loved. Because from reading this little bit that I have read, he was heavily or trying to be heavily involved in his child's life. And she didn't like this. All because they broke up. So you're going to hurt your child because you and the baby dad can't get along. And he said, hey, we don't need to be together. But let's co-parent for the baby. But you ain't like that. You want your cake and eat it too. How fucked up is that? And it goes on to say that every time Singleton looked at the victim, she imagined the ex-boyfriend being there, and that's why the defendant punched the victim. The attorney said. Singleton reportedly also admitted to grabbing her daughter by both legs and slamming her face for, oh, Jesus Christ. Slamming her face first onto a kitchen floor. Don't this sound like Cynthia Baker, that white piece of shit that I've been doing that story on? Don't this sound just like this that white piece of trash? But only this is a black piece of trash right here. While Singleton allegedly claims she slammed her daughter 6 days earlier, prosecutors said doctors said the baby's head trauma and other injuries occurred more recently. Doctors also believe the 2-year-old was abused her entire life, the Sun-Times reported. Singleton was undergoing a mental evaluation. Singleton was undergoing a mental evaluation at a hospital and was not present for Friday's hearing. She will remain in jail without bond. By the time somebody went to jail for doing some fuck shit like this without a bond. Following her release from the hospital, and that's it for this story. So, guys, again, if it is a news clip, I don't have one, but if y'all find one later on, please send it to me. If you got my email, bigcdt@gmail.com. So, let me get my final thoughts because, there's nothing really much more that I can say other than what was already read. Y'all know how I feel about this. You know how I feel about children. And it's coming from a man that don't have any children. I just got a message right now from somebody who left a comment. Let me read to you what this person said. They said they just found my channel either last night or this morning. So I want to read to y'all what they said. I'm not going to say the person's name. If they can let themselves be known if they see this video right here. They says, I have to say it's amazing excuse me. I have to say it's amazing to see a strong, powerful man speak up and be the rock we need. Men are supposed to be our leaders and our protectors, and they are far and few between. Thank you. Well, ma'am, I say to you, thank you for those kind words. This is why I do what I do. Not to get a pat on my back, but this a motherfucking ridiculous that 2019 has been the year of the attack of the children. Black or white or whatever. It's been the attack of the children with this trafficking, which I got somebody say, hey, can you bring up some trafficking stories? I really like to hear your viewpoint on trafficking stories. Well, I can get into some. I think I got sent a couple of stories about trafficking, but I want y'all to understand, a lot of people send me a lot of stuff, and I just can't get to everything that's been sent to me. Trust me, if you're a content creator, you do news, and you got people that follow you, you got people that like your commentary, you're going to get sent a whole lot of stuff. So it's going to be hard to get to all of this stuff. But sometimes you just get that one story, somebody catch you on a good day that you're not doing anything, and you read the story, you be like, holy shit, this is fucked up. This is really fucked up. And you catch me on a good day, I ain't got nothing to do. I come in and get my commentary on these stories. Not about clout. It's about bringing awareness that this shit is real. This shit is real out here. And what I tell y'all all the time, who are the biggest bullies? in children's life. It's their own parents. It starts at home. The parents are the biggest bullies in the child life. It ain't the teachers at school. It ain't the children at school. It ain't the teenagers at school. It's the parents are the biggest bullies in these children's life. Amen. And adults. Same thing with Cynthia Baker hoe ass and Rika Roundtree hoe ass of a father, and as well as this nasty black trashy bitch right here, Nina Singleton. Amen. These are nothing but big grown sorry ass bullies. And all they doing is picking on the defenseless. And not only that, these are the people, if you want to go the pro-black way, these are the people who are supposed to be here and to protect us. These are the same people who claim we are here for our own people. But how are we here for our own people? You got stories like this, that this woman is so upset with this man that she took it out on the child, not only because she got hatred towards him, because she don't want this man to be nowhere around this child. Amen? How can we sit up here and say we're here to protect any damn thing? Now, am I saying everybody's like that? Hell no. Not at all. But it's fucked up that in the Alpha bunch, you got one or two or three in that bunch that would sit up here and do this shit. And for what? Because you ain't getting that dick anymore? Or for what? For Rika's dad, what? This white woman, I guess she was sucking you dry or fucking you dry? That you allowed that trashy bitch to do this to your daughter? All for what? What do we gain from doing this shit? And the sad thing about it, y'all using this mental shit. A lot of people give a lot of women passes saying mental shit. Or matter of fact, not just women. A lot of people give a lot of people passes, period, when they do this. Talking about something mentally wrong with them. I'm not excusing what they did, but just like somebody comment on one of my videos. It was a good comment, no doubt. But they said something that I don't too much agree with. You have to understand that folks like this, they be under stress. Well, if stress fucks you up that bad, we all under stress. Hey, it's stressful to me how I go to work a lot of times. I'm stressed out like a motherfucker. But somebody got to do it. But if you worry about stress and want to use stress as a tool as to why these people do this to these children, then you should agree with me and everybody else when I say this. You don't need no children. Amen? You don't need children. It's a damn shame what this woman has done. A damn shame. And you was punching the baby in the face every time you looked at her because it reminds you of the father, the man that you fucked and got pregnant by. It hurt you just that much. It bothered you that much that every time you looked at that child, you chose to do this to that child. That's why I say, men, I'm on your side on a lot of this stuff. We have to be careful who we procreate with. Women, you have to be careful who you allow men to insert themselves in you and procreate with. Because this world is cold. There's no more village. There's no more big mama. There's no more great grandparents and none of that stuff anymore. We're in a whole different era. Whole different era. We have to know our worth. And we should never settle for less. Rest in peace to this young baby who died at the hands of her own mom. And to you, Miss Nina Singleton, you know how I feel about you. Burn in hell. With no cold water whatsoever. No ice, no cold water, no nothing. Burn in hell. It's your man, Chris Thorns. Share y'all thoughts. What you think about this? I'm out. Peace.